So rents are increasing, okay, because of an influx of a new category of buyers due to the cooling measures, right? Now that the shock has passed, right? The shock has subdued, the dust has settled. What I thought you guys may want to hear would be its effects on the market and why I think prices will drop. Now, not drop in the way, but not drop in a way that a lot of you may expect. So what do I mean by that, right? We're going to dive into that later on. But having a sense of what's happening in the market post-cooling measures, right? I think these two particular articles from the Straits Times dated just October last week gives a pretty good write-up, gives a pretty good sense of what's the thoughts, how are people reacting to all these cooling measures, be buyers and sellers. Hello, sorry to interrupt. We'd like to take the opportunity to thank you for watching the video and also to share why we do what we do. Is to empower consumers with hard facts and figures, quality research and real-life examples to allow them to make the most informed property decisions. So if you found our videos useful, the only thing we ask for is for you to smash that like and subscribe button so that the YouTube algorithm can push out our videos to more consumers. Thank you, and back to the video. So the TLDR of the two articles, right? So I've done it for you so that you don't have to do it. So for the first article titled "Rental Market Gone Bananas with Surge in Demand," what did they talk about in that particular article? So rents are increasing, okay, because of an influx of a new category of buyers due to the cooling measures, right, which is the downgraders, because they can't buy a HDB now. They have to serve out a 15 months wait out period, and extremely awkward number to work with, not 12, not 24, so 15. So you go to the landlords, so nowadays landlords sometimes they will see 15 months wait up period, but then again 15 months then you can offer for a unit, you can put in an option for a unit, then another 3 to 4 months. So all in all, I think the downgraders will have to fork out 24 months worth of rental. You probably have to sign at minimally 18 months lease, if not factoring in some reno, is definitely going to hit 24. So there's a new influx of demand into the rental market, already being sort of having a lot of demand from returning Singaporeans, as was highlighted in the article. There's also a big chunk of expats coming in, and we ourselves, we do sense that, right? Agents on the market, particularly in areas like District 10 and whatnot. And it seems like, having spoken to some of even the HR managers, right? The general sense, especially in terms of either returning Singaporeans or expats, is that they are making themselves scared, because when they land, they talk to their friends, and all their friends start to say, oh my god, the market is very crazy right now, you better hurry up, secure one, if not you will not be able to secure. I mean, that is part and parcel of the whole FOMO mindset, and when prices start to go up, right? Because people scared they miss the boat, and every time you wait, the next thing comes up, it's more expensive. Again, something that has been highlighted in the article. The crazy thing that was said in the article is as part of the offer, right, as part of the a means of tenants trying to secure the deal, right, they offer to put in new aircons for landlords. I mean, that's nuts. I've never heard of that before. I mean, unless you're signing a good 5-year lease. And so we are cutting off from Instagram. So for those of you who are in Instagram, do join us over at YouTube and Facebook lah, because over there then we are able to share with you some of the slides. Alright, so see you later, folks, on Instagram. Alright, back to the topic. So the rental market demand already very, very strong, right? So now with an influx of a new group of demand that is pushing prices up even higher. Okay. Another part of the article, they are talking about how some of the experts don't think the prices will drop so quickly because there's a data lag associated with real estate data, right? Because all the times when we see property price index, when they say the third quarter property price index, for example, is tracking the past 3 months data lah. So by the time you see it, it's like 3 months late already. Okay, so even with, you know, even if the market were to slow down like today, you're only going to see the data backing that up 3 months later, right? So that's another thing that they're talking about in the article. And then the second half of the article, you read like, never read like that lah, because it's basically experts, they interview all the experts, then the experts say, oh, we don't know, right? It's like unsure if the measures will bring down prices, unsure if the market is in a bubble, right? I mean, I don't know lah. I read already, then it's like they're interviewing the professors and whatnot. Then this kind of answer, you interview professor to give you a non-answer. But don't worry, I will give you an answer later on. So like I said, I do expect prices to drop. But only in a certain segment and probably not in a way that you would have expected. Okay? Of course, some of them is suggesting increasing BTO supply to bring down resale prices, quite common sense, okay? The other article, the one titled Not an Ideal Situation, right, with young couples delaying housing plans, I feel that's probably a better article if you want to have a sense of like what different segments are feeling within the market, right? Quite a short article, but covering first-time buyers, sellers, condo upgraders, HDB upgraders, the different sensing over there, so quite a good article, right? But the general sense you get from the article is that plans are being put on hold due to all these changes. And I sort of think that the government putting in the fact that it is temporary is causing this whole wait and see approach to the entire market, because there's a general sense that the people being interviewed in the article is what they are saying, right? Another part of what they are saying is that the sellers are still refusing to budge, and this is expected, especially just 1 month into the whole thing, because most of the sellers in the market are selling their one and only property, number one. Okay, so it's perfectly normal to feel greedy, and it's also perfectly normal to have sort of how do you call that? Let's not call it wishful thinking. I think that's maybe a bit too strong to call it. More so, I think they don't feel it yet that demand is dropping. On the ground, what we are feeling is certain listings are starting to see a drop in inquiries, but that's still going to take time, right, for sellers to sort of realize that, you know what, demand is in fact coming down. If we do want to move forward, we probably got to adjust our pricing. Now, but because of that as well, right, they also highlighted another two parts to it, right? Sellers preferring to put their plans on hold rather than reduce price. And this is something that we do see as well, because a lot of the measures instituted this time around is targeting HDB prices, right? That one I think most of us know, because of the rate of increase in HDB starting to defy fundamentals, right? So that's why the government had to step in. It's also creating a lot of unhappiness in the market, because they are still struggling to bring down the wait times for HDB BTOs, right? Forcing all the demand into the HDB resale market. So they have to do something about it. But what isn't really coming down is the prices of the private side, at least not yet, right? The most immediate impact you're going to feel is, of course, with HDB. So now, imagine you are a HDB upgrader, yes, you know, the word on the street is demand is dropping. If you're selling, you notice, oh, my viewings last week, 5 viewings, now dropped down to 2 viewings. But the fact is that, right, the unit you want to buy from private, be it a new development or a resale property, that price never move. So if now your offer used to be 750K drop to 700K, right, and that's, let's say that really is impacting your taking 50K out of your purchasing power, right? if you are already stretching to have to reach that property of yours in the upgrade, in all likelihood, a lot of people will put on hold. Why? Because the government go and put the word temporary on this whole cooling measure. So everybody is instead choosing to put their plans on hold. So until the government sort of comes in and starts to say like, you know what, this is either going to be permanent or we take off, I think the market is going to be in this state of wait and see kind of mood lah, right, generally. The last point is, right, and this one was about the private upgrader lah, or the guy is looking at bigger space, so he was either thinking about upgrading to another private property or right sizing over or selling the private and buying a big HDB.